Hi guys. So I was trying to find a picture for this video, and I found this picture, and this is a picture of Irene Major. She is a Cameroon British woman, and she was actually a model, and she is still a model. I don't know if she's a retired model or not, but she was at one point a model. And look how beautiful she was when she was dark skinned. But she decided, as a dark skinned woman, she was not really as attractive as she should be. So she decided to bleach her skin, and this is what she looks like right now. And for me, that tells you the danger of colorism, right? Colorism is forcing a lot of women in Africa to bleach, to use dangerous chemicals to bleach their skin. And when I say dangerous, I mean dangerous. These chemicals, the chemicals that they are using to bleach their skin, they're like, 30%, 40% cortisone, steroid. That is a very dangerous level of cortisone. And my younger sister, she's actually light skinned, but the cream was being marketed as a spot remover. So she used the cream to remove, acne spots on her face. And we didn't even know. And my sister, one of my sisters is a doctor, and she went to see her one day, and she told me that my youngest sister's skin has gotten so thin because of the bleaching cream she was using that you could see her veins through her skin. That is how dangerous the chemicals Africans are using to bleach their skin to satisfy the male gaze, to appeal to colorist black men, to be beautiful, to be seen as beautiful. So yes, of course, colorism is dangerous, and we have these colorist passport bros going to Africa, and imagine what that's going to do. It's going to exacerbate the already existing colorism problem that we have in Africa. And I'm not going, like I said, I'm not going to blame passport bros for colorism in Africa, for bleaching in Africa. We already have that problem. That problem is endemic. That problem is African grown. But having those colorist passport bros go to Africa would exacerbate the problem. And we don't need the problem. We already have enough problem. We don't need the problem to be exasperated. Let me tell you guys, I have a dark skinned niece, and I can't tell you how many times people would tell her she would have been beautiful if she was three shades lighter. So that we already, that the colorism problem in Africa is endemic. It is something homegrown. But we don't need passport bros to come and exasperate that problem. But there was a UN report that I read that said that 70% of women, Nigerian women in Lagos, Lagos, the capital city of Nigeria, bleach their skin. 70%. 70% of the women population in Lagos are using dangerous chemicals on their face, on their body, to appeal to the male gaze. So yeah, colorism is a big problem. Colorism is dangerous. And we don't need to, Africa doesn't need to import colorism. It already has enough colorism. Africa should be fighting colorism, not, importing colorists from abroad. Yes, colorism is a problem, but I still do not like talking about colorism among passport bros that much, because as I come to know these passport bros more and more, I realize, when you criticize them, they are very sensitive. So they will try to undo what they did by, doing, the opposite, or by doing what the critics criticize them for. I think their leader is in Africa. the main reason he's in Africa is because he didn't have anywhere else to go. But I think one other reason he's in Africa is because people, especially Black American women, were saying that if he really if the reason he is leaving America was because he didn't like American women, why is he only going to non-Black majority countries? So he came to Africa. And if we keep criticizing them for only dating light-skinned women, what they will start dating, brown and dark-skinned women, and we don't want that for those women. We don't want, no one should wish the passport bros on a black woman of any skin tone, but especially on dark-skinned and brown-skinned black women, because when colorists start dating dark-skinned black women, brown-skinned black women, oh my God, they feel like they are doing a favor to the women, so they mistreat the women. They expect the women to serve them like like maids. They are not romantic towards the women, because they do not consider the women to be feminine and deserving of romantic gestures. So it is a very bad thing when colorists start dating non light skinned black women. So I don't want the this colorist passport bros to start dating dark skinned or brown skinned black women. And that is why I am very I'm not outspoken in my criticism. And to be honest, it's actually a good thing, right? Like I said, them not dating black women, dark skinned black women and brown skinned black women, because the best thing for us, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it is for passport bros not to date any black woman, no matter what her skin tone is. And if they are avoiding at least the dark skinned and the brown skinned women, at least some black women are being saved, right? And that's a good thing. And of course, for me, I don't know if I'm a feminist, but I'm like, the more I verbalize my opinion, it is becoming more and more clear that I'm probably a feminist. And as such, I do not think we should care whether men find us desirable or not. Our life shouldn't revolve around the male gaze. If men do not find us attractive because we are not the skin tone they want, that is an issue. Our life shouldn't revolve around being found attractive by men. I mean, men desire for us should be an issue in our life. And let's be honest, colorism actually affects black men more than it does black women. Studies have found that dark-skinned black men get punished more severely, are viewed as more violent, are seen as less intelligent than light-skinned black men. In fact, if black men could see beyond their worship of light-skinned women, they would realize that the colorism that they deny exists actually affects them more than it does us. Black men are so set on denying colorism exists, they are actually not fighting, the colorism that is damaging them, because they think when you are talking about colorism, they think you are just a jealous non-light-skinned women, that colorism doesn't really exist. They will, bring up, some dark-skinned black women and, that they desire, and they would claim that she like colorism doesn't exist because we desire this one single dark-skinned black woman. It's almost like when white people say racism doesn't exist because one black person is a millionaire or something like that. But for me, the conversation on colorism, I wish it could move away from desirability. If all dark-skinned black women lose by being dark-skinned is not being desired by black men, that would be an issue. But that's not what we lose. What we lose is, studies have shown that dark-skinned black girls get punished more severely, in schools than light-skinned black women. That they get, the light-skinned black girls, they get suspended more than light-skinned black girls. And it's the same for dark-skinned black boys. They are punished more than their light-skinned counterparts. And that is why I wish we focused on that part instead of, whether black men find us attractive or not. Black men finding us attractive or not is not important. It doesn't affect our life. Other things are more important than whether a man finds you attractive or not. Anyway, let me know what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.